Tell Us Another One is brought to you by Mad Markof Enterprises. Show idea, concept and design by Marco Liberati. Please enjoy the show. Cheers!
Tell Us Another One, a show with tall tales, jokes and antidotes. And now please welcome your host, Marco Liberati.
But you guys have been absolutely fantastic. You guys ready for our joke off?
Yeah!
We have a special guest here today for our joke off. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Boris. Let's hear it for him. Come on. Welcome, Boris. How are you?
Hello, Douglas. I'm good. Very good. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, okay. So have you got the joke? Would you like me to tell one first? It's up to you.
I have very quick,
Yep,
small little
excellent.
joke.
Yep.
Okay. So how do you wake up Lady Gaga?
How?
This is for the young children in the audience, trying to relate to the young audience, you know? Okay. You poke her face.
That's not bad. I like it. Yeah, that was
cool.
good. Yeah. Let's hear it for Boris. Yeah.
Cool.
You know. As I said on an earlier episode, I'm terrible telling jokes. So this is a joke. This is a joke that my dad told me once, and I just So what happened was there's a guy, right, and he's got low self-esteem because he has a wooden eye, right? So he's very self-conscious about this wooden eye, you know, and he wouldn't leave his house or stay in his house. And his friend come over and says, "Come on, you got to get out. You got to get out." He goes, no, people are going to tease me about my eye and stuff. And he goes, man, look, you know, everybody's got something wrong with them. You know, you got to get out. You got to feel better about yourself. He said, come, we'll go to a club. We'll go to a club. You'll meet somebody, you know. And he goes, oh, look, I'd really like to meet someone. He said, but I'm scared that they'll tease me. He said, look, no one's going to tease you. We'll go out to the club. You'll be fine. He goes, but what about the eye? They go, mate, no one cares these days. You know, it's 2022. So they go to a club. They're in the club and stuff, and they're there, and people are dancing, and there's people talking and stuff, and there's one lady sitting over in the corner. Do you know what I mean? And she's sitting over in the corner, and no one's talking to her. She's sitting there all night, and he said, look at that lady over there. Go talk to her. Buy her a drink. Talk to her. And he goes, oh, but what if she teases me? She won't tease you. Look, no one's talking to her either. She's probably self-conscious about things about herself. Do you know what I mean? She has a larger nose. She's probably sitting there saying, I don't want to talk to someone because they'll tease me about my nose.
It's true. This guy is a big problem.
Yeah.
Yes,
so he said, go over, talk. So he goes over, and he said, he wheels up the carriage, and he says, you sure? Yeah, no, she won't. So he walks over to this lady who's been sitting there all night, just dying for someone to talk to her. And he says, oh, listen, would you like to have a drink with me and a chat? And she looked at him and she goes, she's all excited. She goes, would I? Would I? And he went, oh, big nose, big nose.
Excellent. You know, I tell you a little story too.
Yep.
It's a little bit different to your story, but anyway. You know, in this country, women have big problem with the men's about the toilet seat, you know.
Yeah.
You must leave toilet seat. When you go to a toilet, must put up. When you finish, must put down. My country will not have this problem. Russian men shit on floor.
I'm from the western suburbs, we do that as well.
Oh, very good. Fantastic. All right, I will move. I feel right at home. Fantastic.
I'll tell you something else funny
All
I was
right.
saying. This is during COVID. There's a restaurant down from where I live, and I go get my noodles there, and they had a sign on the thing. This is when everyone was getting COVID and stuff like that, and they had a note on the door. It was locked. I went to get food. It was locked, and it had COVID at the top of the sign. And then it said, closed because short staff. And someone underneath it wrote, then hire taller staff. Which I thought was hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's it. I tell two jokes. I think enough
That's
for
it.
today.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Ladies and
you.
gentlemen, big round of applause. Boris, everyone, it's here for
Thank
him.
you.
Yeah.
All right. Look, that's enough from me. We're going to get on with the show. It's time to bring to the stage our special guest comedian who's going to join us for a segment we'd like to call Joke Off. Without any further ado, please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Jess, Pearman.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Jess. Welcome to the show. Thanks
Cheers.
for coming on. Do you want to let everyone know a little bit about yourself? I gave you a very basic introduction.
It's a very basic introduction, yes.
Sorry about that.
It's fine, it's all right. I'm
That's
a basic bitch, we'll be fine.
Oh, basically, there we go.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for about 7.5 years. I'm a salesperson for a living, and comedy is a lot more fun than sales, so he's hoping something comes out of it.
Excellent.
That's about it, really.
Very good.
It's me in a nutshell.
We're going to introduce you at the end of the show. You're going to come up and do some stand-up for us. So would you like me to introduce you as Jess Pearman, Basic Beach?
Okay, you can do that if you like.
You said it. So
Yeah, I love that.
They love it. They love it.
It's yours, Dance.
I may or may not actually do that. We don't know.
No, I think it sticks. Do it. Come on.
All right. For now, we'll do some jokes
Sure.
for our joke-off segment. Do you want to kick us off?
Sure.
Excellent.
Yep.
Take it away.
So two best mates in their 90s are standing at the bus stop, and one of them goes, "Hey mate, did you just fart?" And his friend goes, "Of course I did. Do you think I smell like this all the time?"
That's great. I've got one here. It's what I want to share with you guys is, okay, it's a bit morbid. It's about death. I've got a couple of jokes about death, but they're funny.
Bring it on.
Alrighty, so what happens here is I want my final words to be, while I'm on my deathbed, to all the friends and family around me, is I've hidden $1 million under the... Yeah, I'll die happy. Doing that. Very good. That's back to you.
Okay. So there's a family who's driving behind a garbage truck, and all of a sudden a dildo flies out of the garbage truck, smashes into the windscreen. Startled, the mum says, "Oh my, that was a big insect." And little Johnny in the back says, "I'm surprised he could fly with a cock like that." Not my joke, not my joke. Wish it was, not my joke.
That's it. That's what Joke Off is all about. We just tell some jokes. It's all good fun.
Yep.
They're fun, generic jokes. I've got my little Johnny jokes are my favourite. I've told them, I think, all through episode 1 and through season 2 as well.
Yeah.
So there's a little Johnny one as well. So again, it's death related. So, you know, in primary schools these days, kids have got chickens and they've got fruit and veggies, and they learn all about animals and produce. And the chicken died. So the teacher thought she'd talk about death with the kids to try and get them through it. And she goes, "What part of the body do you think goes to heaven first?" And little Jenny puts her hand up and she goes, "Oh, it's the mouth. Because if you say nice things, you'll go to heaven." She goes, "Very good, Jenny, that's really nice." And then Mary puts her hand up. She goes, "Mary, what do you think it is?" She goes, "Oh, it's your heart. If you've got a good heart, you'll go to heaven." Fantastic. And then little Johnny goes, "Oh, miss, I know. It's your feet." And she goes, "Well, how does that work, Johnny?" She goes, "Well, just the other day, I went past my mum and dad's bedroom, and my mum's feet were up in the air, and she was going, oh God, I'm coming."
So anyway, welcome to the show. As I said, I'm standing in for Marko this week. Who knows where he is, but we've got a very special guest coming up. I'm about to introduce him right now. What I would like, this one, because we're going to do the joke off segment, what I would like to do though is, I would like you to do a lot of applause, right? So on the count of, we're just going to practice that. On the count of 1, just let me know how much you can clap, whistle, cheer. Here we go. 1. I reckon that's pretty much going to be the best we'll do. Could you please welcome Giuseppe and his zone?
Hello, Bradford.
Oh, geez, how you doing?
Oh.
You look a lot like that cop. Anyway,
Very good to be here.
good to be here.
Very good.
All
Very good.
right.
What do we do here?
What we're doing here is we're gonna tell some jokes. You know, some jokes. Just any old joke you tell on the street. Yeah,
I've got a funny story.
You tell a funny story. Okay.
You want me to start?
I'd love you to start.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go to the farm to buy the grapes to make the vino, you know, the wine. And on the way, I see a sign on the side of the road, and they write on the side there, on the sign, they write, "Hey, $20. And there's a phone number. So I ring up with the phone number and I say, "Hey, where's my $20?
All right. Well, there you go. That's
Hey, funny story for me, but the other man on the phone, not funny for you.
no, that's good. Well, and at the end of the show, we'll put that number up so you can ring that. I found very, very funny once. It's not my joke. Somebody else would have written this a long time ago, but it's about a very old man who who can no longer pleasure his wife. And so he goes to his local religious centre and he says to the religious guy, he goes, my wife, I cannot pleasure her anymore. And the religious guy goes, oh, well, what is the problem? And he goes, I don't know, but I just cannot get her to that peak. And the religious guy goes, you need the young man waving the towel. And he goes, what's that? And he said, we'll get a young man who'll come and wave the towel next to the bed, or you make love to Mrs. Bimborn. Or whatever. And he goes, all right, we'll try that. So they try that. And he's on the bed with Mrs. Bimborn, while the young guy's furiously waving the towel next to him. And nothing's happening. Nothing at all. And finally, Mrs. Bimborn says, look, maybe if we get you to wave the towel, maybe things will change. And he goes, all right, we'll do that. So the young guy gets on the bed with Mrs. Bimborn, and he starts waving the towel, and he's going for it. He's waving the towel, and they're going for it. She's making noises of pleasure that he's never heard before in his life. And he looks down at the young guy and he goes, see, that's how you wave the towel.
Very good, Bradford, very good.
What you got?
Hey, I've got a story too involving a bit of the you know. Why did the tomato turn red?
Why?
Because he saw the beetroot.
Oh, wow, that's... how long have you been here, Giuseppe? You really picked up the language. How long have you been here?
Hey, I've been in this country for 40 years now.
40 or 4?
40 years.
It's amazing. You've lost 2/3 of your accent.
See.
Yeah, well, that would be C, yes, C. That's anyway. So
I've got another one.
You another one?
Yeah, I've got another one for you.
All right.
Why did the apple turn red?
Why?
Because you saw the salad dressing. Oh, another cheeky one. Oh.
All right, that's quite titillating. You're quite the sex monger. Or fruit monger, as would be. All right, well, so do you have another one?
One more. And that's it. I'll finish and I'll get out of here. Un altro. If Spaghetti made a Tom Cruise movie, what do you call him?
What?
You call him Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible! That's... Oh, God. That's... Come on. Big hand. That's
it. That's all I got.
Takes a lot of courage to tell a joke that shit. Come on.
Thank you very much, guys. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. That went really well. Thank you. Thank you for your round of applause and your kind support. This is awesome. If you can please share that same support and warm round of applause for our first special guest comedian. Our next segment is Joke Off. And joining me in Joke Off is Warrick Sutton.
G'day, mate.
Warrick, how you going?
I'm well, thanks for asking.
Welcome to Tell Us Another One.
Thank you.
There you go. You've made it to the stage.
I have,
Awesome.
thank you.
And we're going to do a Joke Off segment and have a couple of jokes for you.
I do, I've got 3.
You've got 3?
I do.
Oh, bonus round. All right. Normally do a couple of jokes, but let's do a third one. Why not?
Thank you.
Do you want to kick things off?
I do, thank you very much.
Excellent.
There's a couple that had a set of twins, set of boys, and they swear like you cannot believe, and they've been kicked out of every school except one, and they've tried everything with these kids except violence. And the father comes down in the morning and says to his wife, look, I've had it with these kids. The first swear word that comes out of their mouth, I'm going to knock the shit out of them. She says, all right. So the twins come down, and he says to the first one, the mother says to the first one, what would you like for breakfast? And he says, I think I'd like some fucking pancakes. The father jumps over and hits him and headbutts him, grabs him by the hair, head into the fridge, gives him a good working. And he turns around to twin number 2. He says, and what do you want for breakfast? He says, not fucking pancakes. Thank you.
That's good. Well done. Just come on over, mate. That's it. Excellent. That's great.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
sharing.
Thank
That's
you.
what it's all about. You know, we share some jokes, people hear them, and hopefully you guys share them with your friends and your family and your dad. Yeah, awesome. That's great. I've got a little joke about Hamish, who lives in Scotland and he's decided he's going to try his luck and come to Australia and have a fresh start. So this young man has made his way over to Australia. He's found himself a little unit in a complex, and he's in there and he's settled himself in, and he gets a phone call from his mum. And his mum checks up on Hamish to see how he's going, how he's settling in. And he goes, "Oh yeah, Mum, I'm settling in okay, but I'm surrounded by all these weirdos. You know, I've got a lady next to me, and she just moans and groans all day long. And I've got another lady on the other side, and she just screams and yells all day. And I've got another man, and he just bangs his head on the wall all day long." And she says to her son, "Oh, you know, don't associate with these people. Maybe stay inside, keep to yourself." He goes, "Oh yeah, Mum, I am. I stay home all day and just play my bagpipes." There you go, that'll do it.
Nice, very nice. Nicely done.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Over to you.
Okay. Knock, knock. Interrupting cow. Moo.
Short and sweet, I like it.
Thank you, thank you.
Very good. Alrighty, this is one about two crocodiles, and they're in the swamp, and there's a small crocodile and a large crocodile. And the small crocodile goes over to the large crocodile and goes, "Mate, I don't get it. We're the same age, we grew up together, when we were growing up we were the same size, but look at you, you're huge, you're almost twice the size of me. How is that possible?" And the big crocodile says, "Well, what are you eating? Maybe it's your diet. Because same as you, politicians." So he goes, "Righto." He goes, "So where are you getting them from?" He goes, "I'll just swim upstream to Parliament House and I'll go over to the car park, I'll wait underneath one of their cars. When they come out to unlock their car, grab them by the legs, shake them like hell and eat them." And the big crocodile goes, "Ah, there's your problem. You're missing out on all the nutrients. You see, when you shake the shit out of a politician, there's nothing left but a briefcase and parachutes." There you go.
Nicely done. Lovely.
You got one more for us?
I have.
Take it home. What have you got?
Okay. There's a gentleman named Farmer Smith, and he's got an older female pig, a sow, and he wants to get her pregnant one more time before she can't do it anymore. So he calls up his mate down the road, and another farmer, and he says, "Can I bring her down?" And he says, "No worries," because he's got an older boar there and can service her. And he goes to walk her down, but she's a bit fat in her old age, so he's having trouble, so he puts her in a wheelbarrow. Puts her in the wheelbarrow, takes her down there. They get into, they do the act. He puts her back in the wheelbarrow and he says to his mate, Farmer Brown, he says, "How will I know if she's pregnant?" He said, "Well, she'll be eating grass." He said, "What if she's not pregnant?" He said, "She'll be rolling in the mud." So he heads back, puts her back in her pen, gets up early in the morning, looks out the window, and she's rolling in the mud. Calls up Farmer Brown again and says, "Look, it didn't work. Can I come down?" He said, "No worries." Puts her in the wheelbarrow, heads down there, they do it, puts her back in the wheelbarrow, brings her home. Gets up in the morning, she's in the mud. This goes on for 6 months. He gets up and says, "Look," to the wife, he said, "I'm going to do it one more time." And that's it. Puts her in the wheelbarrow, takes her down there. The boar services the sow, puts her in the wheelbarrow, brings her home. Gets up in the morning, says to his wife, "I can't bear to look. Have a look out the window. Is our pig in the mud?" She said, "No." And he said, "Shit hot. Finally, it's worked. She must be eating grass." And she says, "No, she's not." He said, "What's she doing?" She said, "She's sitting in the wheelbarrow."
Ready to go. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. All right, big round of applause for Warrick Sutton. Excellent. Thank you. All right, look, let's move things along now. It's time for our next segment, which is Joke Off. And joining us on Joke Off, we have our special guest comedian who's going to come up and tell us some jokes. So please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, the unique stylings of Mazz Matta.
How are you?
Very good.
Yeah, good.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. It's glad to have you on.
Yeah.
You know, well, some people say if I was taller, we'd pass as brothers.
I know, we look like we're doing advertisements for the Alopecia Society of Melbourne, isn't it? Very nice. So we're going to tell a few jokes?
We are going to share a couple of jokes. Should I start?
I think so, yeah.
Think so?
Let's hear what you got.
Okay. All right, this is a great one. This is a guy walks into a bookstore and he asks the sales assistant, "Oh, can you help me out? I'm trying to find a book, but I can't remember the name of it. It's a book for men with short penises." And she goes, "Oh, I don't think it's in yet." And he goes, "That's what it's called." I'll have a copy, thanks.
Well, mine's funny too. There was a desert. Well, there is a desert. I mean, it's still there, and there was 3 people. They wanted to go to the desert, and so they're like friends. And they said, "Okay, so everybody brings something to the desert." And so they got to where they were meant to be, and the first one, he's like, "Oh, I brought some water and a tent so we can stay, hydrated and covered from the sun." Good. And the second one goes, "I brought food because you need to eat, and he's like, "Oh, well done." And the third one goes, "I brought a car door." And they go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because if it gets hot, we can roll down the window."
So there's a husband. He's in hospital. He's on his deathbed. He's not looking too good, and his loving wife is right there by his side. And he makes a confession to his wife. He goes, I think it's time. I'm going to pass soon, but before I do, I've got this guilty conscience. I've got to let you know that I've been unfaithful. I'm so sorry." And she goes, "That's okay. I know, it's okay." And he goes, No, I don't think you understand. It's been going on for a long time. He goes, "As a matter of fact, on our wedding day, I made love to one of the bridesmaids, one of your friends." He goes, "I'm so sorry." She goes, "That's okay, dear. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I know, it's okay." He goes, "No, but it keeps going on. It's even worse than that." He goes, "I've made love to your mother as well.
No.
I'm so sorry." And he goes, "That's okay, dear. I know. It's okay. I know." He goes, "But I've also made love to the lady down the road as well, Jenny, one of your other friends. I'm so sorry." And she goes, "Dear, I know." He goes, "Would you just it's okay. Don't worry about it." He goes, "But I've also made love to the lady across the road and her daughter. I'm so sorry." And she goes, "I know, dear, I know. That's why I poisoned you. Now just shut up and die." Thank you. Matt, take it home.
Yeah, my turn. Thank you. So there was this guy, and he goes to the doctor, and he walks into the clinic, and he goes, "Doctor, I'm not well." And the doctor says, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I've got pain all over my body. Everywhere I touch, there's pain. And the doctor says, "That's no good." Because it's not, And he goes, "We have to do some tests." And so they did tests, a lot of tests, blood tests, bone tests, a driving test, every test you can imagine. And then he said, "Come back in 2 weeks for the result." And so after 2 weeks, the guy's gone back to the clinic, and the doctor's sitting there like, and he says, Doctor, what is it? Is it a disease?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "Because I'm still, oh my God, oh, everywhere, pain. Is it a disease?" "No." He goes, "Am I gonna die? What is it?" Doctor says, "You got a broken finger." You got a broken finger.
That's good. I think they get it.
Yeah, they did. Some of y'all are going to get a broken neck if y'all don't laugh.
Alrighty. That's the end of our joke off segment.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's come to a close. So how about a round of applause for our guest comedian, Mazz? Thank you very much. That brings a close to the end of the show. So we'd like to thank all of you guys for coming out and being part of the live audience today, making today very special. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. We'd like to thank our sponsors. We have Sea Chicken Wine, who are sponsoring bar jokes. We also have Ready Set Frost, who are sponsoring our street jokes. So Ready Set Frost, they do window frosting for commercial, domestic and houses. So if you want some privacy from the street jokes, call Olga and she'll give you 10% off. Just tell us another one. Thank you very much. And we have also Liberati Therapy. They also have a gift pack as well as another door prize. So Marianne from Liberati Therapy will be giving away a door prize. Big round of applause. Thank you. So thank you for coming out, supporting the night. Thank you for supporting live comedy. Thanks for supporting Tell Us Another One. And we're also supporting Heart Kids, which is a charity that I like to support. And I'd like to finish off with my catchphrase. So remember, be good and good things happen. Thank you. I've been Marko Liberati. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.